Hello.
Hello.
We are speaking to you from the Galapagos Islands.
Santa Cruz, currently at, what is this place called again?
Tortuga Bay. It's very beautiful. I don't know if you can see, but we will show you in a minute if you can't. Galapagos Islands. So we arrived
like 4 days ago, 5 days ago?
5 days ago.
5 days ago.
And it was totally awesome. Within the first 5 minutes we'd seen penguins and sea lions and
Loads of different types of birds.
loads of birds, which was really cool.
So we're going to give you a little bit of a breakdown of everything that we have seen since we've been here. And if the internet has been kind to us below, there should be lots of videos and pictures that we've taken in our time here.
Yeah.
So, day one.
Day one, we arrived and went to the Charles Darwin Research Centre, which is a sort of breeding project for giant tortoises, and we saw a bunch of tortoises that were about the size of you.
Yep, absolutely massive.
And I think they were about 150 years old, it said, some of them.
Something like that.
But
yeah.
they're also the babies, which were tiny. That was nice.
Yeah.
And
went snorkeling at the research station beach, which was really cool. We saw some really nice tropical fish and stuff, but that was just a bit of a starter day, really.
Yeah.
And then the next day we went
to Las Grietas in the morning, which is
it's like a fault line in the rock, and seawater has come in, some fresh water is coming in from the other direction, so it has like a really unique kind of habitat for fish. We've got these massive, really cool tropical fish, and you should be able to see some videos of that below.
Yeah, and it was just so beautiful, like people jumping off the top into this enormously deep pool of water.
Really, it was like
It's crazy.
10 meters deep.
It was really awesome, really cool.
And then in the afternoon we did a tour with the guy from our hotel, so we went to
Los Gemelos.
Los Gemelos, which are sinkholes in the ground. So they had all of the Galapagos Islands are really full of volcanic activity. So they had loads of lava tunnels, and they all collapsed, and they've created these 100-meter deep sinkholes that are now full of like trees and stuff, and they're like a really unique kind of habitat for birds and insects.
Yeah, so we went and had a walk around, did some bird spotting. That was nice.
Yeah.
And then we went to El Chato, which is another reserve for giant tortoises, but this protects them in their natural habitat, so it's quite nice to be sort of walking through these enormous fields and see a rock, and then actually that rock is just a giant tortoise. So that was really cool. That was really awesome.
They're amazing. Apparently they can live up to about 150
to 200
years, and they can weigh up to like 250 kilos. They are absolutely massive. But they're just roaming around this place, just wherever they want to go, just kind of chilling.
But it's so funny because like if you go near one and it gets alarmed, it just makes this horrible like sound. It was just so unattractive, but they're so nice.
And then we went walking through some lava tunnels.
Yeah, that was
really cool. And then the next day
we took a boat to the island of Isabella, which was, we were told would be rocky. Rocky was not the word to describe it. It was
2 hours of people vomiting.
Yeah.
And at one point 6 people simultaneously vomiting in some sort of like vomit orchestra.
Yeah.
Which is quite disgusting.
Yeah, it was quite awful. And we have experienced seasickness in the past, and this was
something else.
This was something else. But we'd luckily taken the stuff, so we were fine.
Yeah.
It was good.
So we got there, and then we went straight to a place called Concha de Perla.
Yeah.
Where you're supposed to be able to swim with like sea lions and stuff, but when we got there it was nap time, and they were all just strewn about with naps, just kind of, you know, taking it easy.
But I did get chased by one. Ian had gone up in front with my dad and Donna, and I tried to catch up with him, and then a sea lion jumped out of the water, chased me into a corner where I pushed a man in front of me to save me, which he did. It was fine. And then
so we did that, swam, snorkeled with some more tropical fish. Didn't get to see any sea lions,
No,
unfortunately.
not then.
And then that afternoon we went on a tour to a place called Las Tintoreras, which are islands that have been made out of volcanic activity again, but you can actually see like the folds of the
lava
flow.
of how it's been. Yeah.
It's really cool because they've got loads of marine iguanas that live on there. So the whole island is kind of black, and then they have these like iguanas that are just perfectly camouflaged, so they're kind of like black and red, and they're just hanging out all over the island.
And it was kind of like a game of spot how many iguanas you could see in any one frame almost. It was so amazing. But these iguanas can swim for miles and miles, and they go from island to island, and it's just crazy because some of them are really small. But yeah, it was really awesome.
And then
I think someone just made a cameo.
And then we went snorkeling in Las Tintoreras as well.
Yeah.
And, so we started off and we saw loads of really cool tropical fish.
In fact, they were so colourful there, weren't they? They were really awesome.
But then Steph shouted and he was like, turtles! And I was like, where? So I snorkeled over, and just at the bottom of this sort of lagoon kind of thing, with these enormous green turtles.
Yeah.
These massive. And we were all just hanging out at the bottom of the bay.
Yeah.
And I've got some videos of them down below.
So we'll show those. And
then we kind of snorkeled around for a bit, and we saw loads of like starfish, saw a sea cucumber, something called a porcupine fish, which was quite cool.
Yeah.
But then the current started getting really strong because at this time of year it's really, really bad.
Yeah.
So we went back then, and we were also exhausted. So,
Yeah.
so the next day we went to a place called Los Tuneles.
Which we were supposed to go to, but we actually went around the other side because the waves were so incredibly rough that we couldn't even get to them. It was too dangerous.
The boat spent half the time in the air rather than actually on the sea.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous.
I think that was the scariest boat ride we did.
It was really bad. So we didn't get to snorkel on the right side of it, and we were supposed to be able to see or swim with like sharks and stuff like that, but we didn't get that chance.
But we saw some sharks through the tunnels but it was really weird because like you had to go right under the water to see through the tunnel, and the guide who was with us, rather than just be like, go down there, just like pushed your head down and just held you down there for like a good minute. And at one point I was like, yeah, I can see, and he was like still holding me down. I was like, please can I get out of the water now? But it was really cool.
So we snorkeled with some penguins, we saw more green turtles, we saw a shark, although it was quite far off in the distance.
When you saw it?
When I saw it. And yeah, more stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then that afternoon we returned back to Santa Cruz.
Again, another terrible boat journey.
Yeah.
The guy 2 down from me was vomiting quite violently, and also with a very strong smelling bag of shit. So
I got to ride on top with the captain.
So
and
Ian was fine. That was alright.
So we got back, and then yesterday we went to a place called an island called Pinzon, and this was the best day that anyone has ever had in their entire life.
Which was nice because it was exactly 10 months into our travelling. Boom, good way to celebrate it.
So we stopped off at some big rock in the middle of the sea.
That was it. That was called Daphne Island, and we saw blue-footed boobies there and some other boobs.
Yeah, and we did see some sea lions there.
Yeah, there were some sea lions sleeping on the side, and we snorkeled with some.
I saw a giant manta ray, which, like, breadth-wise, is the same height, it's the same length as I am. And apparently it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing to be able to actually see one. It was the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
I already had got on the boat because I was really tired, and the guy was like, get in now, you can get there. And I was like, it's like 20 metres away, I'm never going to catch him. They're so fast. They were really fast moving, weren't they?
So then we went on to Pinzon itself. We went into this little bay, and the guy was saying, yeah, we're going to see some stuff here. So we got out, and it was just like shoals of millions and millions of like angelfish and different types of tropical fish. Then we got a bit further in, and I saw a giant green turtle, which was just swimming about, just like this close to me.
Yeah.
And then we went into the corner towards these mangroves, and there were 3 white-tipped reef sharks, like as far away from us as we are right now.
And I didn't know you could scream underwater, but you can.
And if you watch the video below, you will 100% be able to tell that Steph's screaming. So we did that, and the guy, when we came back up, the guy was like, "Oh, your legs, you have to have them like this." And I was looking at him, I was like, "Your legs are underwater, I can't see what you're doing." And then I watched the video back later, and he's holding his legs like this, so that your fins aren't out for the sharks to come and try and eat, which I didn't realise at the time, and that would have been good advice earlier on. So we swam off, and then
the group all sort of moved on, and we were going a bit slower. And a sea lion, a beautiful, beautiful sea lion, which I was so excited about because they are my favourite animal, just came and started messing around with us.
For like 5 minutes.
And it was
he was just
playful.
playing with us, this sea lion, just swimming and coming right up to you and looking, and then just swimming off. And there's a video where you'll see how close he gets to us, and it's just incredible.
It was so amazing. It was one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
And then we went back to the boat. We saw a sea snake there as well, which apparently is one of the most poisonous things like in the world. It's quite terrifying.
Do you remember? I wasn't very scared of it.
No, me neither.
I was more scared of the vegetarian sharks.
Yeah, me too.
But
that was kind of that tour.
Yeah.
We went snorkeling one other time, but after that, you just can't compare.
Yeah.
And then today, this is our final day, unfortunately, on the Galapagos. So we have come to a place called Tortuga Bay, where you can go swimming and snorkeling. There are turtles and some other stuff out there, so we're going to do that. And then tomorrow we return to the mainland. Donna, your hat is moved. Sorry.
But it's been amazing. Like, we've had such a good time. I just want to say thanks to Steve, who basically planned our trip for us. He was completely amazing. So thank you very much.
And I would just like to say, if you ever get a chance to come, it's very expensive, but you have to do it because the Galapagos Islands are officially the most incredible place in the world. They are just unbelievable.
And he did say officially, so that is true.
Yeah, they have the Ian Skelton stamp of approval. #1 place in the world.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, and that's that. So Galapagos Islands in 13 minutes. You don't really need to come and just look at the videos and the photos. It's a lot cheaper. And yeah, we shall
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.